Greetings. This is Patricia Lessard with Breakthrough Parenting, taught by Patricia Lessard, which you can find on Facebook. My website is www.theplaceinthegrove.com. So I will be showing some handouts, and if you would like to receive copies of them, send me an email, and I can email you a copy of the handouts. If this is your first video, welcome. And if you've watched the videos for lesson 1, and you're coming back for lesson 2, I want to say thank you very much. Lesson 2, this section on lesson 2, we're going to be talking about the source of the behavior. Getting to understand the source of the behavior. So what we want to do is, I like this, and I suggest a lot of parents have this on their fridge. I call it the iceberg. And so we want to look beneath the source of the behavior. Above the waterline is what we see of behavior. Our needs, thoughts, and feelings will be affecting the behavior. A lot of authoritarian parents strictly deal with the behavior. They don't bother to get to the source of the problem. They strictly want to modify the behavior. And they do this without looking any deeper to understand what needs are possibly not being met, what the thoughts and feelings of the child are. Just strictly, let's deal with the behavior. Today's parents, we really need to make it a policy to go deeper than the surface of the behavior, to understand what's really going on with our children. Because there's always a direct link between behavior, thoughts, and feelings and needs. When a parent focuses only on the child's behavior without looking at its cause, they fail to see the whole picture. Without understanding the real cause of the behavior, the interpretation has a wide margin of error. A misinterpretation can easily result in a frustrating attempt to solve a problem that has not been accurately defined. It is like only seeing the behavior that floats above the water and thinking that that's all there is. We are all used to drawing conclusions and forming opinions. And we do that by observing our children's behavior. We have some of the information, but we don't have it all. Few parents are trained to go more deeply into their children to see what underlying thoughts, feelings, and needs are the sources of the behavior. So if you look at the iceberg, the part floating above the water is the behavior that we see. Under the surface are our feelings, thoughts, and behavior, and our needs. These are the things that actually cause the behavior. Behavior is a symptom, not a cause. A sore throat is a symptom of an infection. You cannot cure a sore throat without curing the infection. When a child has a behavior that you're not particularly fond of, your response to the behavior matters. Addressing behavior alone will not work in the long term, because we need to look to what's causing that behavior. So remember, we talked about our thoughts and our feelings. So when an event occurs, immediately humans react with thoughts and feelings. And my reaction and my thoughts and my feelings may be different than your reaction with your thoughts and feelings because of my life experiences. Reactions are automatic. They're not consciously chosen. And like I said, they're based on past experiences. So it takes discipline and observation to become aware of our thoughts and our feelings and to change them in order to support more optimal behavior. And yes, I say change them. When negative thoughts and negative feelings enter into your consciousness, they're going to do nothing positive for you. So you need to consciously replace the negative thought and push out the negative feelings with positive ones. And this will take practice. Our thoughts directly affect our feelings, because thoughts and feelings are closely linked. Our thoughts and feelings determine our behavior based on how we interpret an event. Remember I said some will have a much stronger reaction than others. But it's from accumulation of our experiences. That's why it's going to be very damaging when someone says you shouldn't feel that way. How do they know how you should feel? So how feelings work. Today there are lots of people who cannot identify more than a few feeling words, like anger, sadness, or happiness. They simply haven't learned the language necessary to identify their emotions, much less how to express them. Therefore, a lot of them, their feelings are a mystery. This is another handout that I like a lot for parents to have. You can call this the love and fear. Now, in this heart, and this is a handout I will refer to often, because in here we're balanced and centered. We're feeling positive emotions. Out here is the negative ones, and we're out of center. And we're going to talk a lot about this when we get to the lesson on communication. It's hard for me to hold myself back as I get so excited about this one. There's so much valuable information here. So one of the most profound breakthroughs in human relationships has been learning to value each other's emotional states and helping each other to feel better emotionally, not worse, about their lives. See this? Love and fear. Those are the two primary emotions which everything stems from. These are the love words. These are the fear words. Happiness, sorrow, jealousy, rage, frustration, joy. Those are all secondary emotions. Only in the last half of the 20th century have psychologists begun to understand the nature of human emotion and their importance in living a productive, healthy lifestyle. When people are in a love state, they're balanced, and when they're in a fear state, they're out of balance. Feelings are the language of our soul, and that's why I like to get people to become familiar with as many of these words as possible so that they can more skillfully articulate the emotions that they're feeling. And yes, using words that children don't know, but when they can see the emotion that's going through, it's going to help them incorporate that word into their feelings vocabulary. The essence of love is present in everything we strive for. Well-being, happiness, joy, fulfillment, comfort, and peace of mind. When people experience love, they feel balanced, energized, healthy, peaceful, joyful, fulfilled, and in harmony in others. Love is an energy that moves from the inside outward by expressing it. Love between parent and child is fundamental to a healthy family. Fear is the essence of every man and woman and child wishes to avoid, and it moves us into the fight or flight. The amount of dysfunction in a family is a direct proportion of the degree of fear experienced between parent and child. Fear is a primary source of misery in families and can show as withdrawal, depression, anger, aggression, resentment, and an acts of belittling other. So I'm going to end here, and then we want to work on to moving back to center, experiencing more love than fear, and then I want to go through Maslow's hierarchy of needs next. So I'm looking forward to seeing you then, and I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Thank you.